Welcome to GREEDWATCH2018, a Common Writer O's recap podcast.
Yay!
I'm Coriander Dickinson. I've got with me Josh A. Kagan.
Poorly timed virus joke.
And Adam Wasserman.
I'm self-isolating, but hopefully that won't mean anything by the time this podcast airs.
Why is that different from any other day for you, Adam?
How much time do we have? Because here's the thing. I have been telling people for the last couple of weeks that I've been preparing for the situation for my whole life, but actually I hate it and it sucks.
Oh.
I actually like other people and I want to be around them. I just don't like to admit it.
Well, maybe you can go on Instagram and watch all of the tryhards tell you all the different things you can. If I swear to God, if I see one more fucking person who's like, I'm learning a language, I'm learning how to play the auto harp, I'm building the Eiffel Tower out of my own sadness. It's just like, I want to see more people just be like, here's what to do. Drink from 10 o'clock in the morning on, watch game shows, and just be furious. Like, I'm tired of people bettering themselves.
Well,
my God. I am not in a good place, everybody.
Two things. One, I work out of the home right now, so I don't get to just while my days away indulging in my worst habits.
I do work as well, but the weekends are for sadness.
Sure, okay, fair. And two, you're the only tryhard I follow on Instagram.
I got to try harder then.
Yeah, you're really phoning it in.
Wait a minute. Do you follow? So everybody else you follow is just real chilly chill?
I follow like 10 people and like one of them's Corey.
Corey's real chill.
I don't really like tryhards, Josh, so I don't follow them.
The Instagram, everyone's trying real hard on Instagram.
Have you seen my Instagram? It barely exists. That's not.
Every time you comment on something, I'm always like, Oh, Adam's on Instagram.
Right?
There you go. Well, good for him.
Hey.
When you do post, I always like it. I'm always like,
I know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
What a nice shade of nail polish, I say.
Thank you. I try. Hey, do you want to do everybody's favorite segment?
Oh,
how do we pronounce that?
I bet I do.
Writer?
I totally remember what the segment is, and I'm here for it.
Okay, now I remember. I have to look at the thing.
Yeah, look at the thing. I'm not gonna describe it first before y'all attempt to pronounce it because I realized it messed up last time. Okay, Josh, give her a shot.
Before I pronounce it, I'm going to spell it out for the audience at home.
Okay.
Common Writer, capital Z, capital O.
Okay.
I am going to take a stab and say that it is pronounced Zoo.
You gotta actually take a stab, though.
Zoo.
Okay, all right. We got one Common Writer, Zoo.
No, Adam. Not Zoo.
Oh,
Zoo.
Sorry. Zoo. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Sorry.
Zoo. Is this Zio?
No.
Is this Zeto?
It is Common Writer Zeto.
Oh.
How dare?
No.
I feel like we're missing an apostrophe and another O, at least.
Hope you all enjoyed that.
We are recording this on St. Patrick's Day, so top of the Zeto O morning to you.
Jesus. Hey, Josh, are you wearing green?
Hang on. I am wearing my wife was like, "Hey, you wore green." My wife. Yay! It's Borat jokes. We're doing it. If you put two white guys in a podcast long enough, eventually there will be. Oh, those movies were terrible.
Never even seen Borat. Anyway,
they were awful. I grabbed a pale green T-shirt today, and my wife was Zoo. My wife was like, "Hey, you wore it for St. Patrick's Day," and I went, "Yeah, I guess I did. Sure.
All right.
I am drinking beer, though.
I'm also drinking beer.
No, but are you wearing green?
No. I mean, there's green on my graphic tee, but that's not deliberate.
No, that counts.
Close
You
enough.
just have to be wearing any amount of green.
It might actually be more blue than green, now that I look at it.
Listen, no pinches for either of you.
That is... If there is one good thing to come from social distancing and the fact that we may all die of a cough, it's that there's nobody out there who's like, now it's pinching day. I am always amazed that is still a thing, and I'm always amazed that somebody does not get punched in the fucking throat.
Not sure it is. I wanna make it perfectly clear. I don't actually pinch people on St. Patrick's Day. It's just here's what I actually like. I just like to be able to go up to people and make a pinching gesture and go pinchy pinchy pinchy. That's all I want.
I think it's for the best that you're cordoned off from society right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this as much of a thing in I definitely remember it was a thing when I went to school in Boston, and I definitely remember when I was on Twitter that people would be like, Jesus Christ, don't fucking pinch people. And I would always be like, Jesus Christ, we're still doing that shit? But I don't know if that's more an American thing because we are monsters, or if this is a thing you two have witnessed.
I haven't witnessed it in many years, but it was definitely a thing when I was in elementary school and people wanted to bully me by pinching me.
Yeah. Corey?
It was no longer a thing when I was in school. Like, it was a fun wear a specific color on your clothing day, and then you'd have to, like, prove that you had that color, but that was it. The thing that was done in my freshman high school was paddling.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Corey, it sounds like you said paddling.
Yeah, you take a cricket bat and you drill some holes in it, and then you hit the freshman.
What?
Literally like in Dazed and Confused.
Uh-huh.
What? Where did you go to high school?
The North.
Oh, that explains it.
There's the good old North High School.
Okay, you're not familiar with our country, so just be aware that like the North is capitalized and it just refers to.
Are we talking
the above parts?
Are we talking about Newfies? Are we talking shit about Newfies?
That's the East.
Oh, okay, whatever. Somebody was once like, yeah, no, they're our rednecks. The Newfies are our rednecks. Right?
That's untrue. The Newfies are their own thing. Our rednecks are from my province, and the ones directly east of it. I
would like to apologize from all the fine people from Newfoundland, and
we make fun of them for just different reasons.
Oh, all right.
They're more like Hicks.
Oh, I'm sorry, boy. I really fucked that up.
Yeah. Wow. More Hicks than rednecks. Okay.
Rednecks and Hicks. I'm the asshole. I think we can all agree that their dogs are fucking adorable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Good doggies. What do you mean you don't know?
Oh. Is there some kind of specific Newfoundland dog?
Yes, they're literally called Newfoundland.
Listen, I'm not into dogs though. I'm a cat person.
Oh, okay.
Do they have cool cats? Because maybe I'll look those up.
Yeah.
Sorry. One of my coworkers from Newfoundland, and she has a very Newfoundland accent, and it amuses me no end.
I'm sure she appreciates it.
I am amused internally, and I don't make fun of her for it because that would be mean.
You should get that looked at.
Remember when we did a podcast about Kamen Rider Rose?
This episode is called Friendship Rampage Belt Left Behind.
I have Friendship Out of Control Left Behind Belt.
Which made me excited that we were going to see Kirk Cameron.
Why would you ever be excited to see Kirk Cameron?
Left Behind. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, see,
I got you there.
Now you get to look it up and put it in the program notes.
Oh, good.
Left Behind was a series of terrible airport thrillers that they didn't take place in an airport, but there was there's
going to be a link. Why are you doing
One of the main
this?
characters was a pilot.
Yes, it's true. Played by Kirk Cameron, and it was about the Takemoways. I can't remember the name.
The Rapture.
That's it.
The Takemoways.
Growing
leftovers.
Growing up in a church environment, I read all of those books and I loved them.
Did you see the newer version with Nicolas Cage as pilot Kirk Cameron?
Oh my God, no!
Oh, I'm so excited to be the one.
Else.
No, literally nobody did. All right, so this episode is they're fighting. We pick up basically where we left off last week.
No, it's not where we. This is a different pterodactyl. It's an immediate Date fighting pterodactyl.
Well, he's fighting the purple smooth dactyl.
It's a new purple smooth dactyl.
This is the one from the candelabra.
Yeah.
Took me a hot minute to be like, I thought that one blew up. How is this happening?
This is a new one.
Okay.
It's the Liberace pterodactyl.
You can see where I was a little confused because
No, I can't.
They seem to be fighting in exactly the same place where last week's fight took place, and it's just a different smooth dactyl, and it's fine. Anyways, and AG is awake. That was the thing that's why I was confused, because I was like, wait, I thought he just passed out. What's happening? It's so rare that AG is conscious. Anyways, he's fighting a different Liberace smooth dactyl.
And Kazari's standing like 20 feet away, like leering.
He's real dirty. He's like you get arrested. You stand outside of like a playground or something with that face. Somebody's gonna take you away.
Then everybody else shows up, and AG's like, I'm a help. And Dachi's like, no, don't do it. You could go out of control. And AG's like, just beat me up if that happens.
And Ank's all like, ooh, if he uses the core metals, I can get core metals. My brilliant plan is about to happen, as long as I let this smooth pteranodon beat up AG.
Which is effectively what ends up happening.
Does Ankh call on the purple metals to jump out of AG's body?
No, they just do that of their own accord, but then he like sees it happening. He's like, okay, time for Ankh to get some metals.
It did look like there was a bit of a thing there. It looked like there was a "and now."
Yeah, it looks like he lured them out with some Acme purple metal chow in a little pile on the floor.
He lured them out by stopping Goto from helping AG not get his ass kicked.
The metals fly out of AG's stupid body, and they float in the air, and Ankh shoots his arm over to grab them, and it's all a little unclear to me, but what it looks like is that he attempts to grab the purple metals with his flying arm, and then he's all Butterfingers, or they hop out of his hand. He is not able to hold on to them. The potato, she's too hot.
Yeah, they were too spicy. They were too rambunctious to get his little fingies around.
He absorbs like 2 of them, and he's holding a third one, and there's a lot of purple lightning, and then they just like pop on out and into the belt, and they're like, no. It's like if you try to hold something that's that is really buoyant underwater, and then you let it go, and it's like, whoo! It's kind of like that.
And that is what they do.
Well, AG takes 3 seconds to explode a pteranodon.
Yes.
Like it ain't no thing.
But then, of course, he goes, as everyone predicted, he goes crazy, and Goto does, I'm going to say, the first cool thing he has ever done in this entire series. He sees a problem, he solves it really cleverly, and it's a real hats off to Goto moment for me.
Yeah, it's great.
What about when he used to fire a bazooka at every problem he encountered? That was pretty cool.
It was cool, but it was not smart or effective. What he does is he pew pews his coin cannon at AG, not to stop AG, but to basically bullet nudge him towards Kazari,
who's just hanging out being like, this is hilarious. I'm not part of this. I'm an audience.
And AG's like, hey, great, a new guy to punch. Check this out. And he punches the shit out of Kazari, and Kazari's like, well, I hear my mama calling me, and it's time to go. It's Prince Spaghetti Day. Bye.
He does a little tactical roll off the screen. It's beautiful.
And AG wakes up and passes out.
Here's the great thing is they don't even show him like the henshin like exploding off of him or anything. It just cuts to him no longer in his dino outfit falling over.
And we pull back and see Maki and his little blue beetle like peeping from the sides like, oh, maybe Oz could be the herald of destruction or the end. Maybe he'll be the one to destroy everything in the world.
Also, my contract says I'm in this episode.
And that's it. And by the way, that's a wrap on Dr. Mackey, everybody. He's good.
It's like, all right, see you guys next week.
I wonder if it's a difference of translation, Corey, because it seemed more like when I was watching it that he was like, is it going to be me? Or is it going to be him? Like, it seemed like he was in contention. Like it was more up in the air as opposed to just being like, oh, he's going to be the one to do it.
Well, he has popped those purple medals, the remaining ones that AG doesn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe AG will be the container. Maybe I'll be the container. Only time will tell.
Wink.
Anyway, I'm off. I'm off to the Bahamas for a little while. I'll see y'all in a few episodes.
For the 600 millionth time in this series, AG wakes up with everybody standing around and looking concerned.
And they all have very strong opinions about what he should be doing. Dante's like, shoves him back onto the bed. He's like, go back to sleep, dummy.
By the way, a great way to get somebody to go to sleep. I go to sleep!
So basically, like, you're really badly hurt. Let me shove you into this bed.
Leave Goto and me to fight the Greeds. And Ank's like, puny humans couldn't fight a Greed. And then they get into a little tussle, and then Hina...
Oh, let Josh do it. Josh will be so happy.
Before that blessed moment happens, and which I was so excited about and turned into the cat with hard eyes, so Ankh is like, nah, humans. And then AG starts talking smack to Ankh, is what it seemed like. He was like, blah, 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 I got a magic hand, but it can't hold medals now, can it?
That's right.
I'm Ankh. I talk like this. Remember when anybody gave a shit about Detective? Well, who cares? Blah. And then Hina gets between them and power shoves everybody, and they go flying. And I was so happy because Hina's super strong, and it's nice to be reminded of it. Not that it comes up again. Well, it does actually come up.
Yeah, it does.
It comes up twice in this episode, just never when she needs to be useful. But we'll get to that.
Chiyoko appears at the door. She's like, what's going on back here? And the three boys are in bed, tucked in all nice, like, we weren't doing nothing, Mom.
And Hina's like sitting there like she's reading him a story.
Like they're the monkeys or something, all sleeping in one big bed.
I assume that Chiyoko at this point just thinks they're all a polycule.
Have I ever told you... this did not happen to me, but I do have a polycule story, a secondhand polycule story. This is a few years ago, back when it was a good idea to be on a boat. I was on the Jonathan Colton cruise, and a bunch of my friends were sitting around and enjoying breakfast, and a rando walks by and says, "Oh, hey, you guys a polycule?" And they were all like, "No, we're just having breakfast." And it was just, it's first of all, let's just say all are welcome here at GREEDWATCH 2018, no matter what permutation of doing it or not doing it. You're wonderful people. God bless all 23 of you for listening. But it is very assumptive to walk up to just some people and be like, hey, you look like y'all are boning. How's that going?
Mm-hmm. Especially since the polycule meetup thing was the hula dance lessons.
Oh.
Did they call it the polyhula?
No.
Oh, the hula-cule?
The hula-cule.
Maybe it was a miscommunication, and they were like, "Look, guys, it's Polynesian."
That never, that's wow. That is a great joke, Adam.
Thank you. I workshopped it for 1 second in my head.
It never occurred to me that they might have thought that was a meetup, but that's still, I mean, it's not.
It doesn't really matter.
It feels weirdly assumptive.
Well, it's just as much an assumption as assuming people are married.
I guess.
Well, no, if you say you're having, lunch with your sister or something, and somebody walks by, is like, "Oh, you guys are a cute couple." It's like, well, bold of you to assume anything about this.
Unless you're in Newfoundland.
No. What? What are you trying to do here?
I don't know. That's a great question.
What are you implying?
What I'm implying is that my sister and I are an adorable couple, but we are not boning. But we are very cute. So Chiyoko's got news.
Why did you have to? Anyway.
What? I'm cute. My sister's cute. And we look cute.
I think the fact that you specified that she was your sister really precluded the need for you to say you weren't boning.
I mean, look, it's a new era.
It's not that new.
It's pretty new in Newfoundland.
Also, Josh, what you were describing is a much older era. Hey, how about we talk about this show where people punch each other?
Do we have to?
Yes, that's your job.
I mean, we can talk more about Newfoundland. The province's official name is Newfoundland and Labrador. It actually includes a bit of the mainland.
But they got so many dogs.
They do.
Chiyoko's got news. She's got a big envelope full of the rest of this episode. Hey guys,
I forgot we hadn't even made it to the opening credits yet.
Oh, that's the other thing. I checked. It's 8 minutes before we get the opening credit. It's a very long time. Chiyoko's got a big envelope of she's like, look, I got the script, guys. Here's what we're doing. Old friend of AG's is giving them all tickets to Leisureland.
The most rustic amusement park you ever did see.
Oh boy, we gotta talk about. I'm excited to talk about Leisureland, which is like designed by the aunt who gives you homemade toys for Christmas.
We cut out to the front of Couscousier and we see a bespectacled suit-wearing boy that looks a lot like Bad Dad from the episode with the smooth grasshopper.
Yes.
And his name is Kitamura, and AG does not remember him and continues not to for a very long time in this episode.
I also don't remember him, and I have referred to him in my notes as that guy.
And we count the medals.
1, 2, 3.
So our fearless squad rolls up to a trailer park.
This is the worst amusement park ever. It is astonishingly bad. But before
I like to go to Disneyland and just drag my fifth wheel out there and make sure the hookups are all set. Go to my little cabin next door to the hookups where it's like the same size as the trailer that I pulled out here for camping.
In their very limited defense, it's clearly the off season.
I mean, or it's just...
I'd hope.
Or just nobody fucking goes to this place.
It's no Rindo Lakes, that's for sure.
Because is that the place where the Yummy was like, look how much everybody wants things there. They all have to be murdered.
No, Rindo Lakes is like this big sort of like amusement park / parkland / rec center / petting zoo thing that in the like mid 80s every year the Super Sentai teams would visit it and call it by name and like show off how nice it was.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It looked pretty nice.
So our gang is heading towards the trailer park and obstacle course that is Leisureland. And everybody's like, "Yeah, we're excited to have a day of it, I guess." And look, even Ankh came with us, even though he's terrible and none of us really like him. And then Ankh walks up to AG and, apropos of nothing, just fucking punches him right in the goddamn stomach. In a way that nobody everybody's just like, the fuck is that? Like nobody's like, hey Ankh, maybe you need to go wait in the car. Like he just punches him in the stomach and is like, yeah, something about metals, jerk. And everybody else is just like, oh, what a funny thing that happened.
That's our Ankh.
Kitamura basically is like, hey you guys, and then Eiji's like, well, I guess we will never talk about this. But I kind of feel like it's okay to take a break and say to your friend, don't punch me in the stomach, please.
Have either of you ever been punched in the stomach?
I mean, I got beat up royally a couple times in grade school. I'm sure that involved me getting punched in the stomach, but at the same time, it is, shall I say, a very protected part of my body, so it was not that big of a deal.
Corey, how about you?
Not that I remember.
Okay, well, I'm here to tell you, friends, I have been punched in the stomach multiple times when I was in school. And not once did I just bend over and like be like, "Ooh, that was no fun." I was freaking on the ground, unable to breathe for about a minute, like because your lungs effectively feel like they have like collapsed and that like their insides are sticking to each other and you just can't reinflate them. It's bad.
Yeah, so if your friend does that to you while you're walking to your other friend, tell them no.
Well, what I'm saying is AG has a really good core strength.
I was about to say, AG might have been already...
Wait. It's probably because of the cores.
No!
It all makes sense now.
That was great.
He can do so many crunches.
You're doing great this week, Adam.
I'm nailing it.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I should just isolate all the time.
I mean... I've been saying this for a very long time.
Yes, you've been saying this for about 25 minutes. Thank you.
Longer, much longer. Oh, also, for nothing, his appendix could have burst like Mr. Harry Houdini's did. Just don't punch people in the stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Don't punch people. Don't hit. I guess what I'm saying is don't
do a hit.
Don't do a hit. Then they see Kitamura, and they all go over to a picnic table where Kitamura bought a couple of bags of groceries for everybody to look at, and it's his damn park.
turns out he's a super rich venture capitalist with like his picture in the newspaper magazine, and Date's ripping through the groceries, but unfortunately there's nothing in there to make Odin with.
That's right.
By the way, Date, you are a bad guest.
AG finally, with a lot of prompting, remembers who his so-called friend is, who is apparently a shut-in that he used to like shove his school notes under the door to or something.
I don't believe him. I think he's being polite. The guy's like, yeah, we went to the same school, but I never came to class, and you gave me notes, and we're best friends. And AG's just like, yes,
he's
you're
like,
Kitamura.
Right. Kitamura. Oh, now I remember. I thought you said Katamura.
He's like this comes across in the episode. He's like an AG stan. Like he's become an incredibly like famous tech person or whatever, but he apparently AG left a very big impression on him in high school, and well, he's just crazy about the big galoot.
He's planning to work on his dream, which is whatever AG's dream is.
Meanwhile, Date's like, you know what would be fun in this amusement park? Let's go exercise.
Yay, let's do field athletics is what the translation. And it's like, that is so, what all that says to me is that I have been, if you were like, hey, Josh, we're going to an amusement park, come on, the first thing we're doing is field athletics, I would be like, oh, you've taken me to fat camp. And I am not, I am not amused, my friend.
Let's go to low impact, most extreme challenge. It'll be great.
And this entire park is just a bunch of different mazes and obstacle courses. It looks.
There's definitely a roller coaster and like a merry-go-round somewhere too,
and a ski lift.
They certainly don't go near any of them. They'd be too expensive, I feel like. Instead,
you have to start up the whole roller coaster, and it's the off season.
There's a lot of running and jumping over shit. It's terrible. But Date is psyched about it. And then we throw to Kazari and little Ankh. Little tiny Ankh.
Kazari's like, baby Ankh, you should just straight up absorb normal Ankh. And baby Ankh walks away while he's talking.
Batman's him.
I feel like more people should learn this about Kazari, is that you can just walk away. Like, oh, I don't want to listen to you anymore. Man, oh, wait, where'd you go?
One of the parts of this obstacle course is like a big winch. Like from a boat for lowering cargo.
They're all running around it, and Hina is in the front, and she pushes it real hard because Hina is super strong, and everybody else goes flying.
I forgot because it never comes up, but I guess you're right.
Yeah, twice.
That's because 5 seconds later, Hina walks down a path in a maze and a net drops on her and she disappears.
Yep.
Like instantly. I guess she was the catch of the day.
Wink. She is, she's super strong when it absolutely does not matter. And then when she could do anything to help forward the plot, she immediately lapses into, but math is hard. Just girls out, and it's sad. And it makes me mad, and I want better things for Hina.
So she's like nigh strong in the same way that Tick is nigh invulnerable.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how strong she is when she's unconscious kidnap victim.
Yeah, every time she's been kidnapped, they've had to knock her out.
Dropping a net on you does not knock you out.
That net was soaked in chloroform.
Which I learned how to make this week.
Oh!
Well, see, there you go.
All of the helpful people who were like, hey, we're all trapped in our houses, so here's just a reminder. This was on Instagram stories a bunch of like, please don't mix these chemicals together. Like, this one makes mustard gas and this one is corrosive acid. And then there was a combination of two things, and it was like, I had like vinegar and peanut butter. I don't remember what it was, but it was like,
you get ether.
Yeah, this makes chloroform. And I was like, oh, dope.
Now I'm going to get more sleep.
Yes. Me and Michael Jackson just drugging ourselves to sleep. Anyway, don't make chloroform, kids. It's a dead end road.
So everyone, of course, notices that Hina's gone, and they're like, where's Hina? Maybe we should all split up and yell. Was it a yummy? Yeah. And Date's like, my can isn't going off, so no.
And Og's like, shh, dumbasses. Why would you even ask me a stupid question like that? Ugh. It's the worst day out.
Kitamura separates himself from the group and is standing kind of overlooking his boring, terrible amusement park.
Yeah.
And he says something along the lines of, yeah, we're like, very
My
good.
My plan is going to perfection.
Yeah, so we know he does it. He made this happen.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah. But now
it's nice to have confirmation.
Yeah, just sort of...
I thought it was Kazari.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Until this scene, or just continued to?
Yeah, because like during the scene, okay, so Baby Yonk rocks up and throws a coin in his head, producing a normal yummy, and Kazari's all like, "Hey, dude, listen to me, or else."
Corey, Coriander Dickinson.
I know that's further ahead.
No, you back up.
Okay.
You back up. So, Ankh 2 throws a medal in his head, and then what happens, Coriander?
A yummy comes out.
How does the yummy come out?
In a poof of smoke.
No. In a big pink egg.
I didn't see that.
Yes, you did.
I am here to confirm that it wasn't a big weird egg.
It was a big weird egg, and it was a goopy egg, too.
Okay. I remember Kazari saying, "Ooh, your desire is interesting."
You don't remember the egg?
Don't remember the egg.
It looked like an egg from like Dinosaur's oatmeal.
Come on, Adam. Why would a yummy come out of an egg?
Because it's a bird yummy.
Are we good now?
I think we're okay now.
So
yeah, Kazari threatens the dude into doing what he wants. That's why I thought that Kazari was running this whole kidnapping scheme, and then he's just like bullying that guy into it.
This guy has a plan for AG, and it just so happens that now there are monsters.
Maybe Kazari was like, no need to make my own plan when there's a perfectly adequate plan in place already.
Now we have about 3 minutes of cutting back and forth of 1 second scenes that communicate the same thing. And I have to imagine that maybe there was a commercial break or something in there, but it is possibly the worst edited 3 minutes of anything I've ever seen.
How can you tell if the boys are looking for Hina if you don't see each of them running around yelling Hina?
So Kitamura shows up, is like, AG, I'm going to help you. And I'm like, dude, we're just freaking out because an egg yummy popped out of you. And it's like 2 minutes later, and you seem to be just really okay with it. You didn't need to take 5 minutes to process. You're just like, all right, that happened, but my plan.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is results oriented. That's he's a venture capitalist, man. He's got his eye on the bottom line.
If an egg with a weird mummy in it came out of me, I would just call it a day.
But what if you were running on a tight schedule?
Maybe I'll do this plan some other time.
Like you had to show your friend from high school your theme park, and there's no time for
I might rethink my whole life if that happened.
Yeah. Look, I've been.
You've had an egg come out of you.
I've had an egg come out of my hole. I've been grousing about this since episode 1. It's very rare that people have appropriate reactions in this show. So, like, why fucking start now?
I guess. I just thought it was notable.
Date's little gorilla can goes off. He tracks down the yummy. He's like, it's not fully grown. Oh, well, I'm going to kill it.
I guess I could pull its head off. That would be fun.
We cut back to Kitamura and AG, and AG's like, I want to find Hina. And Kitamura's like, I'm going to help you. And then we cut back and forth between, like, Date, like, I'm going to fight this guy, and Kitamura and Date being like, yeah, no, I'll totally help it. Like, it's just, it is an odd unfolding of events. But anyway, look, the yummy turns into Eagle Owl Moth, or whatever the fuck it is.
Kitamura is emotionally overwhelmed by grabbing AG's hand and looking deeply into his eyes for about 5 minutes.
Who wouldn't be?
His core muscles so tight. So look now this yummy is a bird, and on the wiki it said it's an owl, but I said eagle moth, and I stay with eagle moth.
It looks like an owl.
Yeah,
it's a snowy owl.
That was an eagle moth,
and it shoves Date into a tree by becoming an owl.
Date and the eagle moth fight, and then, like all owls do, it spits out a roll of hefty bags.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And winds him up and then flies away with Date in its I don't know, beauty wrap.
Like owls do.
I mean, I'd prefer that to it, like coughing up like a weird pellet full of like mouse skeletons.
That's valid. In my notes I refer to it as a sexy ribbon because it is very like bodycon,
Yeah.
kind of like, oh hey, you know what my deal is? Just being vacuum sealed in a big thing. So he's all.
It looks like contractor bags though.
Yeah, I mean, but it's glossy.
It's a little sexier.
Yeah, it's a little sexy. I think he's a little sexy.
Did you learn something about yourself today?
Oh, I knew this already. Don't even worry about it. So we throw back to Kitamura and Eiji, and Eiji's like, but seriously, we got to find Hina. I've only been saying this for 45 minutes. And Kitamura's like, hey, good point. Speaking of finding Hina, how are you fixed for employment? Because I want to give you a job. And like the audience, Eiji is like, hey, this is a weird time for you to bring this up, isn't it?
He's like, but also your friends are not really your friends and they're just using you. And I promise to only use you for good, I guess.
Yeah, especially that one with the weird hair.
He's not wrong. I mean, he's right, but it's not the time.
Remember all that time we spent laying in the field on our back, looking up at the stars to be like, I want to build an aid foundation for children. That was your dream, right? You remember, right?
Cooking rice over an open fire. All that normal stuff we did.
Just imagining the future together,
Yeah.
Now let me give you a pep talk because I'm your life coach as well as your prospective employer.
And then Ankh shows up, and Ankh and Eiji fight about
and Goto shows up too, and they kind of catch everybody up on what's going on.
And Eiji's like, yeah, well, let's keep looking for. That's terrible that there's a Yummy, I guess, but let's keep looking for Hina. And Ankh's like, we're gonna find that Yummy, and they get all shovey, and then they go.
Ankh's like, it's an owl Yummy. Hello, birds. That's my thing.
And they go their separate ways. Ankh storms off and punches a tree like a real jerk, and then goes ow, which was one of the more immensely satisfying things I've seen this week.
Well, trees don't have soft stomachs like Eiji.
Ha! That tree totally flexed. Well, the tree's got great core strength.
It'll make good plywood one day.
And then Kitamura shows up and is like, hey, I
gotta talk to you like 20 feet over here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep
backing
backing
slowly
up.
walk over here.
Yeah.
Maintain the same distance from me the entire time.
Eiji's my guy now. You're yesterday's newspapers. He was going to break up with you. He just hasn't told you yet. You can't provide him with a good home. Like
net trap.
Yeah, this.
Like, and the weird thing is, like when you see the long shot, there's obviously no trap, and when you see him actually get trapped, it must have been like very evident that it was there.
It was so stealthy that even the audience couldn't see the trap. Come on.
There was even a little sign next to it that I assume said "trap here" or something to that extent. Watch out for net. I don't know.
Acme Net Company. And now Ankh's in the net and he's trapped.
Yep. With a lot of leaves.
Kitamura runs off to Eiji and he's like, I think I know where Hina is in this game field where games happen.
Yeah, that's largely made out of garbage and rusted corrugated metal.
This is the worst fucking theme park. Like the theme is just sadness.
Remember the theme park that Homer Simpson imagined himself creating? That's a nicer theme park than this. Mattress Land is an improvement.
I would be pretty happy if a theme park had an airsoft field for me. Like, that would be a lot of fun. This is clearly an airsoft field. It would be a paintball field if things were covered in paint.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's little barriers and obstacles.
That explains why it looks so rusted out and stuff, to give you that post-apocalyptic airsoft feel.
Or it is just a garbage theme park. We can't stress this.
I think Corey's making a valid point here. Look, we've had a lot of fun today making fun of Leisureland.
Speak
and
for
a lot
yourself.
of that's merited, but you got to give credit where credit's due.
I guess I have to. Is airsoft just like paintball, except they're just like little pellets or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're little plastic
You
pellets,
nailed it.
and the guns look more like real guns.
Yep.
What a joy. All right, so what a great way to have, here in America, we'll just use real guns. By the way, guns
Yeah.
flying off the shelves right now in the States. Ask me how I feel about that. Terrified.
How do you feel about that, Josh?
Terrified. I was reading.
Well, at least you've got chloroform on your side.
It's true. I was reading an article this week that in everybody freaking out because of the end times, supermarkets obviously are getting sacked. You're just knocked out, and people are buying everything, and then gun shops, and then Michael's craft stores.
What are they getting from the craft stores?
Because it's all of the parents who now have to live with their children 24 hours a day.
Oh, craft kits.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah,
not to get your like stamp booking collection up to date.
Why can't they just park them in front of the TV like normal parents?
Hey, it worked for me. I know where Heat is. She's here on the corrugated metal airsoft field. And then a Yummy shows up, and they fight. Although Ankh is not there, AG can't henshin. And Kitamura's like, be careful, sweetie. You might get yourself hurt. And AG's like, I get hurt all the time. I'm used to it. Fight.
I do this every day. It's fine.
It's fine. Goto's got a gun. He'll shoot things.
A doctor looked me over just a couple days ago and said I was in perfect shape.
Look, I've only lost consciousness 82 times in the last 48 hours, so I'm fine. Throw back to Ankh. He is still in his net, but you know what? Not a great way to capture a gentleman with razor claws is a net.
A net?
Yeah.
Yeah. He uses his laser claw hand to slice the net, release himself, runs up to the fight. And he's like, no, AG, don't use the purple metals.
Oh, yeah, the purple metals are just about to jump out of his little tum-tum.
He throws a handful of gray metals, and the gray metals intersect the purples and go into the belt. And it's like, AG's saved.
Y'all missed the part where AG was like, what if I get beat up real bad and the purple metals come out? That's a good plan, right? And Goto's like, that is a bad plan, don't do it. And he's just like, okay, backup plan. You've got the belt, go be Birth. And Goto's like, picks up the belt. He's like, could I be Birth? He's like, no, I can't betray Date like this. Never.
I'm not ready for it.
Off.
What? No. Did you see he tears his shirt off?
Yeah, tears his shirt off, and it's raining, and he screams Date at the sky.
I think, Adam, you might have accidentally gone from your notes to your fanfic.
According to my notes, he cracks open a Terra can. He's like, this can will fight this owl.
I forgot that Terra cans were a thing.
Mothman McOwlface uses his sexy raps on Goto and the milk can.
Yup.
Ankh shows up, as we've already said, and the purple metals are about to come out of AG's tum-tum, but they intercept him, and then he turns into a fighting guy.
Sagozo.
Yeah, sure. That's what he does. And then they fight, and then Al Mothman Prophecies flies away with the sexy raps, Goto and the can, and everybody's like, oh no. And then Hina is better because Kitamura found her, and she's like, I passed out immediately. You must know what that's like, AG. That happens to you all the fucking time.
Oop, here goes AG. Nap time.
And then Ankh walks over, and he and Kitamura they exchange a look that mutually says, oh, this bitch.
Yeah.
Kitamura's all like, I guess the jig is up. And Ankh's like, is it though? Because I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything right now. Now what are you going to do? It's weird, isn't it? Don't you think it's weird? Look at my beautiful eyeliner.
Kazari's cackling in the distance like, Ankh, you'll be next.
He's like, Ankh too, you laugh too.
Baby Ankh does no such thing. Baby Ankh is stoic.
No, he's chuckling.
Expressionless.
He looks happy. Looks like he's having a good time.
That's because the fanciful feathers are falling. He's like, oh, look at these red feathers that are falling. There's nothing to do with Kazari.
Red feather, yellow.
Oh, I'm not
feather.
saying it's because of Kazari. I'm just saying they're both happy at the same time. It doesn't have to be related.
And that's the end. That's the end of the episode.
That's it.
Kazari's like, "Hey, Anki, you in danger, girl," and then the episode's over. And I usually don't watch coming up next week because I like to be surprised, and also I like to watch as little of the show as I possibly can. But what I did see was that we're gonna get a big nest next week, which I'm real excited about. They're literally, it looks like Koto and Date are in Big Bird's nest, and it's real cute and exciting. And that's it. It's a good episode. A lot of things happen.
Yeah. It was very tense.
I liked the obstacle course. I liked how underwhelming the theme park was.
So underwhelming. So this is my question. If Katamura, or as Ja Rule would say, Katamura, if this guy is a what? Katamura? Holla, it's dollars. Katamura. Cut all of that. Keep it. It's great. It's great.
I don't think Corey cuts things.
No. How the fuck would I know? Anyways,
Good point.
Is there a chance that Kitamura built all of this? And the reason why it's so shitty is that this was his very complex AG trap.
No. I don't think so.
It's real shitty.
I feel like he bought the land in order to flip it. He was like, flip this theme park.
I feel like he got assigned to it and he thought it was like a good assignment. He's just trying to make the best of it. He's like, okay, cards on the table. This is a bad theme park, but it's maybe an excellent AG trap. All right. Which is all I ever even wanted, so I'm pretty psyched.
I really want to explicitly hear what his specific desire is. I really want to know. Is it like...
Because it's interesting.
Is it a white wedding with AG? Is it just some long walks on the beach?
I think he wants, at the very least, wants AG to wear some vinyl.
Who doesn't? And that's our show. We did it.
Hurrah.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, since you have so much free time now, you should listen to our show.
Absolutely not. You can't make it. Come make me.
Maybe your wife would like to listen to it. I know she has to listen to you all the time anyway, though.
Yeah, I know. She would not want to double up on that. She did listen to the Jack and the Beanstalk episode because she was like, if I had to watch that movie, I should at least understand why it happened.
You didn't give her a running commentary? She wasn't like, okay, yeah, I heard all of this already.
It was a lot of me just saying, stay with it, baby.
No. It gets real good. Just wait. There's a big payoff coming.
All right. Anything else to say about this episode?
It was fine.
It's great. It's one of the episodes that I kind of remembered from when I first watched it because I remembered that they went to a real low-rent theme park at some point.
It's great.
I remembered there being more ropes, but that's on me.
Thank you all for listening. I'm Coriander Dickinson. You can find me on Twitter at Absolar.
I'm Josh A. Kagan. You can find me on Instagram at Josh A. Kagan.
I'm Adam Wasserman. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Gold Sarcasmium and also at my house where I can't leave.
That's all of us.
Goodbye.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye.
Hopefully everything's okay now.